In the mid-1980s, there was a young guy who had just lost his father and had to take care of his mother and siblings. With a little experience in mining, he heard about the discovery of a gold mine in California. As a result, he took the ultimate gamble and left everything for California. Little did he know this decision would forever change the fortunes of the Hearst family. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we will be talking about how the Hearst family made and spent their money. Without further ado, let's begin. That young guy I was talking about goes by the name George Hearst. And yes, I know some of you might credit his well-known son, William Randolph Hearst, for their fortune. But the whole thing started with George. Let me explain. We've already talked about how George went to California to pursue mining there. Well, it turns out that George actually has a knack for identifying the potential in mines, and as a result, he is really successful in this business. In fact, his most profitable silver mine was Comstock Lode in Nevada. He made significant contributions to the family fortune through his investments in Comstock Lode mines, like the Ophir Mine, Consolidated Virginia Mine, and California Mine. So basically, in a way, it could be said that the Hearst family fortune was built on the solid groundwork of George Hearst's astute business sense and his participation in mining projects. Slowly, as he started expanding his mining empire, his corporation eventually became the biggest private mining operation in the USA. You could imagine that they were already pretty rich at this point. George also made a name for himself as he became known as the best mining property prospector and appraiser on the West Coast, meaning he wasn't just rich, he was widely respected everywhere. Here is when things get interesting. George took control of the San Francisco Examiner as payment for a gaming debt that was owed to him. I'm sure he didn't think twice about it and would have never gone for it if it wasn't for the debt. It did turn out to be helpful to him, as he propagated for his political party through it. However, it was his son, William Randolph Hearst, that truly unlocked its potential. The Hearst family were already millionaires at this point. However, William was about to remove the M and replace it with a B pretty soon. The funny thing about this is that before taking over the San Francisco Examiner, William was pretty much unemployed. However, when he saw that his father had acquired a newspaper, he devised plans to convert it into a profitable business and asked his father to take it over. He immediately got to work with his plans. For starters, William hired notable authors like Ambrose Bierce, Mark Twain, Jack London, and Homer Davenport, and invested in cutting-edge technology to earn the moniker Monarch of the Dailies for his newspaper. And since he fancied himself a populist, he published stories about municipal and financial wrongdoing, sometimes criticizing businesses in which his family had invested. Such a critical take proved to be really popular, and as a result, in just a few short years, his paper became one of the most popular ones in the city. As you can see, through continuous planning which included quality control, mergers, and advertising, William amassed a media empire that influenced millions of people. He even expanded from magazines, radio stations, and subsequently television networks, ensuring that he adapts according to the times. No wonder he was so successful. Sure, his father was a genius in the realm of business, but it felt like William was doing a much better job. And he wasn't just good, he was amazing, as he changed the face of newspapers forever by introducing techniques like sensationalist reporting, attention-grabbing headlines, and riveting narratives, all of which helped him gain massive readership and boost sales. These concepts were not that common at the time, so you can imagine how his ideas were so ahead of their time. Now, let's talk about what you have all been waiting for. How much did their wealth increase as a result? Well, to be honest, the Hearst family was already pretty rich before William started to expand the newspaper business. His father George had done a lot, as depicted by the early stages of this video. In fact, their net worth was $19 million at the time of his death, which is equivalent to a whopping $619 million in 2021. Just imagine how much is that. I'm telling you, even without William's money, the Hearsts were pretty expensive to begin with. And the story does not end there. It's important to remember that the Hearst family's fortune is based on more than just mining and the media. They have branched out a lot since then. Like, for example, they started out investing mostly in transportation and forestry, but they've since branched out into other areas, such as real estate. It makes sense, too. They were already earning a lot, so why not add more endeavors to your portfolio that will further increase it financially? So it shouldn't come as a surprise that thanks to this diversification, they were able to increase their wealth and security. However, whatever might be these other branches, it was George's wealthy foundation with mining businesses and William's subsequent creation of the media powerhouse Hearst Corporation that paved the way for his family's continued prosperity for decades to come. There's a reason why the family is now valued at a whopping $21 billion. Now that is insane if you ask me. If I had that kind of money, I'd be buying so many different things. Speaking of which, now that we're on the topic, let's discuss how the Hearst family spends their billions. Our biggest spenders of the Hearst family have to be the man himself, William. We all know his mining and publishing empire provided the means for a lavish lifestyle. Well, he sure loves to spend his countless money. For starters, envision yourself exploring the rooms of Hearst Castle, a massive estate home to priceless artifacts from all corners of the globe. In this collection, you'll find works of art that will make the heart of any connoisseur beat a little faster. Crazy, isn't it? To have so much money that you could spend it on a full castle. He wasn't just limited to castles. He also loved to party. Picture yourself at one of Hearst's famous parties, where you'll be entertained by dazzling displays and rubbing elbows with famous faces. Besides castles and other real estate, he was also pretty invested in paintings and had acquired an art collection. He was also quite adventurous, as he would continuously experience the thrill of a safari in the wild or the elegance of a boat cruise. He might sound like a spoiled brat, but trust me, his generosity towards many projects he cared about shone through, despite his penchant for lavish spending. So even if he was used to such crazy spending habits, at least he gave back to society and helped the not-so-blessed people around him. In the end, I would just like to say that the Hearst family should act as a reminder that if you're committed to something, you can make it happen, no matter how hard it was for you. George changed his family's fortune by leaving everything and going to California. So it does not matter that you don't have the required favorable conditions, both financially and physically. If you are fully devoted and committed, you can make anything work. Thanks for taking the time to watch our video. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss a new video from us. If you did enjoy the video, give it a like and leave a comment. And if you have any suggestions or requests, let us know in the comments. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.